It's 28 minutes on to 7 o'clock. This is where we say good morning to you, Grenada, Carriacou, PD, Martinique, the rest of the Eastern Caribbean, the rest of the world. Those of you over there in the diaspora, good morning to you. Good morning to my friends inside of Trinidad and Tobago. Blessed Messenger. He says he's always on with us, and that's a good thing. So thank you for choosing Classic GBN. Now it's Wednesday. Dear Lord, you've brought us to the beginning of another blessed Wednesday. Thank you. We're praying that your blessings and favor will follow us throughout the rest of the week. Father, we praise you in advance for daily bread and for keeping a roof over our heads. May you continue to heal us, open doors for the unemployed, comfort those who mourn, take away all pain and anxiety, and deliver us from the evil one. Thank you for your daily provision and protection. In the precious name of Jesus, amen. Somebody say amen to now. Amen and amen and amen. Wednesday blessing. May your day be filled with kindness to others as well as to yourself. Now the God of hope fill you with all the joy and peace and believing that he may abound in hope through the power of the Holy Ghost. I really need to get my glasses. Thank you, Reverend. Thank you. Folks, it's Wednesday, the midweek. Yeah, that's what it is. And it's a good day to have a good day in a good way. Yeah. Sister Matonia, good morning. Pastor Stanford Simon, good morning to you.
Comes only to steal, kill, and destroy.
Good morning, Fleshy, and the guys up on the hill. Again, we're making that call on behalf of the folks who want to go to that sports meet on Friday. They're asking that you lax the dress code a bit, okay? Nice. 26 minutes on to 7. The word of the day today, that word is zeal. Zeal. Z-E-A-L or Z-E-A-L. Zeal. Alright, and zeal means great energy in pursuit of a cause.
You know my heart.
Zeal. You ever heard that word? I ain't had the zeal to do that.
Now it's time for a brand.
I know some folks don't have the zeal on mornings to get up 3 o'clock and come to work, but you gotta do it. Alright, so as I said, zeal, Z-E-A-L, great energy in pursuit of a cause. And here's how we can use it in a sentence. Her zeal for learning was evident in her enthusiasm. Get the zeal, get the vibe. Yeah. Lauren Salim, good morning, my dear friend. And the entire household Hermitage, good morning. Nice. The folks at the ICU department at the General Hospital, good morning to you. Nurse P, how are you doing? Nurse Pascal, understand Celo on vacation, boy. Miss Mildred Smith, good morning. I promise that I will have that new Facebook. I'll have that Facebook page. I'll share that information. Facebook and YouTube, all our social media platforms. Nice. You're good. Nadisha, how you doing? Nadisha, I ain't seen you by the road with the snow. I said, get up, you get big on that and you're exporting it now. Okay, snow is too good for us. Okay. Nonetheless, good morning to you. Hope you're doing fine. Have a great day as always. Miss B, good morning. Holmesy, the Sandersons, Debbie, good morning. Mama Can and Munich, Petlin, good morning. Petlin, I want my foreign girl. You have me walking clumsy because I ain't getting my foreign porridge. What's going on with you, girl? You have me talking like a Trini here, boy. Good morning to all the Trinidadian nationals here with us. Hey folks, welcome the Nigerians, the Africans that are coming for the summit, coming to the end of the month, I think the 28th and 29th. Embrace that opportunity, all right?
Not prophecy for
Nice.
on the day of judgment.
Minister Philip Telesford, good morning to you and your team. Now the motivational tip of the day: limit negative influences. Cut out negativity. Limit time with toxic people and negative thoughts that drain your energy. Papi, let me tell you this.
Make that no stop.
90%, if not 99.9, but I average it at 90%. 90% of the times, we stress and we worry about things that ain't happened yet. And we worry about things that people say, and oh my goodness, get rid of this toxicity. You know what I'm saying?
Because I'm
Embrace people and energies that lift you up. You understand?
oh yes, I'm born that.
Yeah, you gotta cut them out. Their life is not good, and trying to ensure that yours become miserable as well. Oh my goodness, who does that? 22 minutes on to 7.
The pathway to salvation
Aaron, good morning to you. Flap, good morning.
shall go in and
Apretute,
find passage.
yeah, good morning.
To me, all you
Esther, good morning. Esther and the folks inside of Pomerose, Mount Agnes, Red Bull.
take
Yeah, all right.
yoke upon you.
Nice.
It's easy, and my burden is light.
Be born again.
For God not sent his son into the world to
What's buzzing this morning? Let's see what's buzzing this morning, boy. I wonder what's buzzing.
for it is by
Well, there will be traffic delays today at the Maurice Bishop Highway and the Calist Main Road in St. George.
experience can move from mortality
In the region, Barbados Prime Minister Mia Mottley, she credits U.S. President Donald Trump with unintentionally pushing CARICOM to strengthen its food security partnerships.
shall call upon the name of the
Yeah, that's what I'm telling you.
saved.
When something comes as a hurdle, a stumbling block, use it as a platform to propel yourself forward and higher. You know what I'm saying? Nice. Holy Spirit.
Take my soul.
There's no better way to start your day than with classic in the morning time. Good morning, good morning, good morning. All right, on the international front, U.S. airports begin lifting the shoe removal requirement at security screenings. I love this. And all the time your toes look nice and it smell good, and they want you to take out your shoe. I hope they start doing that in Maurice Bishop International Airport. Take out your shoes and your belt. Sometimes the pants fall floops. Good morning, good morning. And in sports, Darren Sammy puts Brathwaite on notice after Grenada meltdown.
Spirit, take me to a high
I'm blaming Brathwaite alone. You understand? Brathwaite alone
grace.
couldn't make us feel like that. We need an administrative reshuffle. Pick the best team. Stop the favoritism and the big island and who know who and who knows not who. Getting me angry with this West Indies thing now. Come on. I mean, of course, there will be teams that might be better than us, they perform better than us, but we are not performing at our optimum. We could do better than that if we pick the right team. If we pick the right team and we fail, then fine. But, you know, you're just mischievously leaving out the good players
My God,
for whatever reason and picking a mediocre team and going up against the greats Australia and England and so forth. And you're not even getting through with Bangladesh and them places now with that. Charmer. As my good partner would say, foot mushman and them.
as I journey to this distant land,
It angers me, you know, really angers me. Yeah. Like I said, if I know we're picking the best team that is available and we're failing, fine. We're lacking talent and other things. But when I know that we have better players outside and you're leaving them out because of whatever reason, and you're going with a mediocre team and representing all of us in the West Indies and coming and let me have a good day. Pastor Stanford Simon, good morning. Pray for West Indies cricket. Pastor Laurie Dominic and the First Family of the Wester Hall New Testament Church of God. Good morning, Pastor George Fletcher and family. Mommy Celia, how are you doing? Nixon, Nilon, Neela and Nicole, Jason, Jada, and Jadon. Good morning. The members of the congregation of the Birch Grove New Testament Church of God. Pastor Paul Millers, good morning. How are you doing? Yeah. Teacher Carl Humphrey. Nice. The Village of Pearls. I think Donna and them should be here now. I need to follow up on when Miss Lenora is getting buried. Yeah, good morning, Catherine and the family. Again, condolences. Be strong. I know you all are tough cookies, so we'll get through that. The Mitchell family of Pearls also on the passing of Grazer as OT. It's my good friend from my childhood, but I can't tell you his first name. I know the community of Pearls and Dunfermline and Moya will be mourning because he's one of the most humorous guys you would find. He makes comedy of anything, you understand? He will tell you, doggo, I'm saying. Good morning, Grenada. Good morning to all the politicians, the administrators, the PSs, and PS Morin. Good morning to you and the family, man. All the PS. I should be having some folks talking about the that summit that's coming up, the Africa Summit that's coming up. As much as possible, folks, make yourself available and, get registered and go. You might just get some sort of exposure, whatever field that you are in. I understand that there is a young basketballer who was just in the NBA. He's coming as well. So basketballers, try and get a link up and, get exposed. The world is now a global village, all right? Folks, the AM edition of News, Sports, and the Weather comes up right after these messages. Don't you go anywhere.
Mobility, a common theme woven into the very fabric of human history. From ancient wanderers to modern explorers, our instinct to move, to seek something greater, and to grow has always driven us forward. Imagine a journey into pathways of boundless opportunities and endless possibilities. A collective future where the vibrant rhythms of the Caribbean, rich culture, and welcoming community create unforgettable experiences. Beyond citizenship by investment, we believe in our collective investment of time, resources, and energy that fosters innovation, creates jobs, and enriches lives, driving the growth of an entire nation. The investment migration agency Grenada boasts over a decade of exceptional service and remains committed to guiding you toward global mobility and economic freedom through investment. Your journey becomes our shared story of progress and prosperity. This is an invitation to be part of something greater, something enduring. Begin your journey at imagrenada.gd. IMA Grenada. Unlock the possibilities.
In our part of the world, we need to be prepared for natural disasters like storms and hurricanes, even outside of the season. I'm sure you'll agree that keeping our loved ones, homes, and businesses safe is important. So, I came up with a few quick tips to help you stay safe. First, make a family disaster plan and ensure that everyone in your household is familiar and comfortable with it. Remember to add batteries and flashlights to your emergency kit. Don't be caught off guard by natural disasters. Prepare now. For more information, visit grenlec.com.
This is a GBN Morning News for today, Wednesday, July 9th, 2025. Coming up in the news, traffic delays on today at the Morris Bishop Highway and Callis Road in St. George. In the region, Barbados Prime Minister Mia Mottley credits U.S. President Donald Trump with unintentionally pushing CARICOM to strengthen its food security partnerships. Internationally, U.S. airports begin lifting shoe removal requirement at security screenings. And in sports, Darren Sammy puts Brathwaite on notice after Grenada meltdown. We've got the details to this and more after these messages.
Calling the CARICOM community, assembling Global Africa, the 4th edition of the Afri-Caribbean Trade Investment Forum. Active 2025 is coming to St. George, Grenada, this 28th to 29th July. Join government and business leaders, investors, and trade and finance institutions to explore the theme, resilience and transformation, enhancing Africa-Caribbean economic cooperation in an era of global uncertainty. Be there as we stand together to strengthen our commercial ties, to promote shared trade and investment opportunities, and unlock prosperity for Africa, the Caribbean, and the wider diaspora. The 4th Afri-Caribbean Trade and Investment Forum. Reserve your place now at active2025.com.
A good Wednesday morning, everyone. With the news in detail, I am Gordon Joseph. Motorists are being advised by the Traffic Department of the Royal Grenada Police Force, the RGPF, that there will be delays in the flow of vehicular traffic along the Maurice Bishop Highway, Point Celine and Callist Public Road today, Wednesday, 9th of July, between the hours of 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. This temporary disruption is necessary to facilitate works related to Nawasa's water project in the southern part of the island. The Traffic Department thank the general public, especially the motoring public, for the kind cooperation and understanding in this matter. In celebration of the 50th anniversary of independence, Grenada will be honored in the intellectual property, that's the IP Spotlight, at the World Intellectual Property Organization, the WIPO Assemblies, taking place from 8th to 17th July 2025 at WIPO headquarters in Geneva, Switzerland. This milestone recognition places Grenada at the forefront of global discussions on intellectual property, innovation, and sustainable development, particularly for small island developing states or SIDS. This showcase is a key component of Grenada's differentiation strategy for its origin-linked products, nutmeg, cocoa, and rum, under the Pure Grenada brand. It also provides a platform to engage in global community in Grenada's journey toward geographical identifications, that's GIs, and value-added branding. Grenada's delegation is headed by Senator the Honorable Claudia Joseph, Attorney General and Minister for Legal Affairs, Labor and Consumer Affairs. Other members of the delegation include Robert Branch, Registrar of Corporate Affairs and Intellectual Property Office, representatives of the Grenada Office of Creative Affairs, and Javon Von John, a Youth IP Ambassador. The Grenada Tourism Authority, the GTA, has officially launched its Spice Isles Summer Pure Deals, Pure Vibes campaign, a seasonal push aimed at enticing travelers from the U.S. Northeast with exclusive promotions and travel perks. Running from July 1st through September 30th, 2025, the campaign includes discounted JetBlue flights from New York to Grenada and a Stay 7, Pay for 6 accommodation offer across a selection of partner properties. The initiative is designed to appeal to both returning visitors and first-time travelers looking to experience Grenada's unique blend of natural beauty, vibrant energy, and relaxed Caribbean charm. Participating properties in the Stay 7 Pay for 6 promotion cater to a wide range of budgets and preferences, from boutique villas to full-service resorts. The list includes Tivoli Villa, City Inn, Sea Glass Place, Little Palace B&B, 473 Grenada Boutique Resort, Bougainvillea Apartments, Fall Edge Apartments in Belmont, Point Celine Hotel, P.T. Ann's Hotel, Seabreeze Hotel, Bay House, and Silver Sands, Grenada. President of the Private Sector Organization of Jamaica, PSOJ, Matri Siaga, is urging Caribbean leaders to take immediate pragmatic steps to deepen regional integration, warning that the survival of the region depends on it. Speaking at the CARICOM Private Sector Organization Business Breakfast held at Sandals, Montego Bay in St. James on the sidelines of the 49th CARICOM Heads of Government Conference, Siaga said the region could no longer afford to operate in silos amid rising global protectionism and shifting geopolitical alliances. Siaga said regional integration isn't just a lofty ideal anymore. It's a necessity not just for governments but for businesses, for jobs, and for the quality of life we all want to secure for future generations. In a frank address to regional heads and private sector stakeholders, the PSOJ president emphasized the urgent need to harmonize customs regulations, modernize logistics and infrastructure, and remove non-tariff barriers that make intra-regional trade harder than exporting to far-flung markets. Siaga, who has been a vocal advocate for private sector-led growth, reaffirmed the PSOJ's commitment to the CARICOM single market and economy, but cautioned that without decisive policy changes, the vision would remain aspirational. Now that concludes the local segment of news. Stay with us. The regional and international developments are straight ahead. Don't you go anywhere. In the region, vibrant Barbados Prime Minister Mia Amor Motley credits U.S. President Donald Trump with unintentionally pushing CARICOM to strengthen its food security partnerships. We've got more in this OCM News report.
CARICOM Chairman Andrew Holness is calling on the region to build partnerships and use them to better the lives of the people. The Jamaican Prime Minister addressed the start of the 49th regular meeting of the Conference of the Heads of Government being held in Montego Bay, Jamaica. The official start was hosted last evening. The new CARICOM chairman is insisting over the coming months, whatever policies to be implemented, they must be pursued through the lens of sustainability and resilience.
We must focus on people because human development must be the center of the integration mission. It must be the center of the development mission. Ensuring food security, access to decent work, climate protection, and importantly, opportunities for our youth, who make up 60% of our population. We must focus on people.
According to Mr. Holness, the region has the resources needed to grow and to be self-sufficient. However, he believes there must be political will.
The resources in CARICOM are sufficient for us to provide for the needs of our people. Guyana with energy and land, Suriname with energy and land, Trinidad, Jamaica with incredible human resources. What has stopped us for these many years? I think that the emerging global situation must now push us to really get it, Mia. We can get it, because the time to get the prosperity for our people is now.
Meanwhile, the Prime Minister of Barbados, Mia Amor Motley, is applauding the American President, Donald Trump, for his threatened tariffs, which she says have helped push the region forward in its bid to become more self-sufficient. Ms. Motley was also addressing the official start of the CARICOM meeting.
Backdrop: a number of persons on a trade delegation week before last went to Boa Vista in Brazil to begin to open up the trading relationships that will allow us also to access food and meat at much cheaper prices than we are currently doing so. It is true that the actions of the United States government in their promise to impose tariffs on all Chinese-made ships created a catalyst for movement in a way that we could not find on our own. And if anything, we must thank President Trump and the U.S. Trade Representative for that.
She is hopeful that increasing domestic routes will help this region feed itself. At this Montego Bay meeting, she's expecting a report on the inter-island regional ferry from the private sector. She says it will be up to the regional heads to show political will so that ships and the sea can help feed the people. Antigua and Barbuda.
And looking further afield, U.S. President Donald Trump has threatened to hike tariffs against the BRICS economic bloc after the group offered indirect criticism of trade wars and the recent military attacks in Iran. On Monday, Trump took aim at the 10-member bloc, which seeks to strengthen emerging economies, framing its interests as adversarial to the U.S. Any country aligning themselves with the anti-American policies of BRICS will be charged an additional 10% tariff, Trump wrote in a post. There will be no exceptions to this policy. Thank you for your attention to this matter. BRICS is named for its founding members, Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, but it has grown to include other countries such as Indonesia, Egypt, Iran, and the United Arab Emirates. United States President Donald Trump has unveiled steep tariffs on more than a dozen countries as he ratchets up his pressure campaign aimed at winning concessions on trade. Trump's latest trade threats on Monday put 14 countries, including key U.S. allies, Japan and South Korea, on notice that they will face tariffs of 25 to 40% unless they take more U.S. exports and boost manufacturing in the U.S. Trump's announcement came as he extended his deadline for countries to reach trade deals or face tariffs that were originally mooted in April from Wednesday to August 1st. Some U.S. airports have started lifting the requirements for passengers to remove their shoes during security screenings run by the Transportation Security Administration, the TSA. White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt called the decision big news from the Department of Homeland Security that runs TSA. Airports have removed the shoe requirement include international airports in Baltimore, Fort Lauderdale, and Portland, according to the BBC's media partner CBS News. The rule required airline passengers to take off their shoes during security screenings had been in effect nationwide since 2006, years after a British man hid a bomb in one of his shoes during a flight to Miami. And finally, an interesting story here. An ancient Peruvian city that was a thriving hub of trade more than 3,000 years ago has been unveiled by archaeologists. Penico is located in the Huaura province, north of the capital Lima, according to the Ministry of Culture in a press release sent to CNN. In what was the official opening to the public, details of the site were unveiled last week following 8 years of excavation and conservation. That's the regional and international news. Stay with us, folks. The sporting highlights followed by the weather. They're straight ahead. Good morning, sporting fans. West Indies head coach Darren Sammy has promised a searching review of his batting lineup and particularly out of form opener Craig Brathwaite after Australia sealed the series with a 134-run victory in Grenada. The hosts wilted for 143 in pursuit of 277, and the margin would have been uglier had it not been for another late-order flurry from Shamar Joseph. The coach did not mince words about the former captain who marked his 100th test match with scores of 0-7 to follow 4-4 in Barbados. He hasn't looked good in this series, and in a team where you are searching for performances, you get very close to say, okay, do we give somebody else a chance? Sammy admitted. Brathwaite now averages 18.68 across his last 35 test innings, with only 3 half-centuries in that span. Now, that's all the sports we have for you at this time. We'll have more sports for you during our luncheon edition and at our primetime newscast. Stay with us. The weather forecast is straight ahead.
Whether you're refreshing a bedroom or giving your home a bold new look, the Color Shop has the perfect paint and tools to make it happen, inside and out. With quality finishes for every surface and accessories to match, we make painting easy from start to finish. Whether it's a DIY weekend or a contractor starting a brand new project, the Color Shop is the trusted choice.
For the latest weather forecast, we now join forecaster Jonathan Price at the forecast desk at the Maurice Bishop International Airport. Good morning, Jonathan.
Good morning to you and good morning, listeners. Here is the weather for today, Wednesday the 9th of July 2025, was recorded at the Maurice Bishop International Airport. It is currently partly cloudy with winds coming from the east-southeast at 14 miles per hour. Barometric pressure is 1016.4 millibars, which is above normal and rising. Present temperature is 28.1 degrees Celsius and relative humidity 81%. Yesterday's maximum was 30.5 degrees Celsius and the minimum last night 26.9 degrees Celsius. Over the past 24 hours, 7.6 millimeters of rainfall was recorded, which brings the total for the month so far to 26.8 millimeters. And now for the public forecast for Grenada, Carriacou, and Petite Martinique Valley for today and tonight. The weather is expected to be generally fair, with brief, isolated morning showers during partly cloudy spells. Today's max will be 31 degrees Celsius with winds east-northeasterly to east-southeasterly at 12 to 22 miles per hour. Seas will be moderate with waves 4 to 6 feet in open waters. Low tide will be at 8:30 a.m. and high tide at 3 p.m. Sunset will be at 6:36 and sunrise at 5:48. Just to repeat the public forecast valid for today and tonight. The weather is expected to be generally fair, with brief, isolated morning showers during partly cloudy spells. From the forecast desk at the Maurice Bishop International Airport, I'm Jonathan Price. Have a great day.
Thank you, Jonathan, to you and the team at the Met Office, and have yourself a great day likewise. Folks, the weather forecast came to you with the kind compliments of Rennick & Thompson Company Limited. It's 7 minutes after 7 o'clock. To end the news, a recap of the headlines. Traffic delays today at the Morris Bishop Highway and the Callister Main Road in St. George. Barbados Prime Minister Mia Mottley credits U.S. President Donald Trump with unintentionally pushing CARICOM to strengthen its food security partnerships. U.S. airports begin lifting shoe removal requirement at security screenings. And in sports, Darren Sammy puts Brathwaite on notice after Grenada meltdown. And just to add, before we do the normal wrap, today is a couple of years back was pronounced as Sparrow Day in Grenada. Today is the 9th of July. Today is actually the 90th birthday of Dr. Slinger Francisco, the Mighty Sparrow. So guess what? In tribute of the man, this morning I'll be featuring most of his music this morning. So local Calypsonians, you have to bear with me. That was a requirement. So we'll be featuring some music from the Mighty Sparrow between 8 and 9 o'clock this morning. So again, happy birthday, King Birdie. All right. That has been the morning edition of news for today, Wednesday, July 9th, 2025. On behalf of the entire news department, I am Gordon Joseph, thanking you for viewing and listening, wishing you a productive day, and extending that invitation to you to stick and stay with the network, because we are with you anywhere and everywhere.
Looking to shop online from your favorite stores like Amazon and Shein? With GPC Global, it's never been easier. Get your very own US address and shop from around the world. With GPC Global, you can order the latest trends and must-have items, all delivered straight to Grenada to your closest post office for your pickup. We offer the cheapest rates, and our service is reliable and quick. No more waiting for weeks for your packages. Your satisfaction is guaranteed. Join the Grenada Postal family today and start shopping smarter. Visit us online at www.grenadapostal.com or call us on 437-POST. That's 437-7678. GPC Global, your gateway to the world.
It's a busy world, and we all know the saying, time is money. Meet Candice and Oliver. They both have busy days ahead. Let's see how that goes. Candice is in a rush, off to the bank, again. Oh, looks like she didn't plan for traffic, or this long line either. Now let's check in on Oliver. His morning starts a little differently. Using his phone, Oliver makes a peer-to-peer transfer and pays his bills, all while having his morning coffee. At the store, Oliver checks his finances with online banking. Candice? Still waiting. Back to Oliver. He stops at the bank to meet his loan officer. While waiting, he schedules a payment and makes a wire transfer. Wondering about Candice? Yup, still waiting. Candice could be like Oliver if she uses Co-op Bank's e-solutions. Make your day easier with Co-op Bank's swift, simple, and secure e-banking platform. Bank on your terms, from anywhere, at any time. Click, tap, done. Banking just got easier.
Welcome home. Attention all divers, snorkelers, and underwater enthusiasts. Effective May 15th, 2025, all visitors to the renowned Mullinair Underwater Sculpture Park will be required to pay a small fee of US $3.50 or EC $10 per person. These fees are essential to support the ongoing maintenance and repairs of the sculptures, as well as the development of new features to ensure the park remains a world-class attraction. Payment can can be made through the Grenada Tourism Authority's online payment portal, available on the Pure Grenada website, www.puregrenada.com. We thank you for your support in enhancing this extraordinary underwater product. This announcement is brought to you by the Grenada Tourism Authority and the Ministry of Tourism, dedicated to protecting and conserving Grenada's resources for the enjoyment of all.
All right, folks, it's 13 minutes after 7 o'clock, and at this time we join Corporal Troy Paul of the Traffic Department of the RGPF for this morning's traffic report. Corporal Paul, a pleasant Wednesday morning to you.
Thank you, and good morning to you and also to all your listeners. It is a beautiful day, and this morning we bring to you the traffic update for Wednesday, the 9th of July. And this morning it's rather a quiet morning, reporting from most of the stations and subdivisions. The traffic flow is rather light, flowing through the streets, especially our towns and all its adjoining roads. So, and this is one of the reasons for this is because, as we are aware, the school is on holiday, so there is no traffic rush on our mornings as we would know around this time. We hope that it will remain that way so that drivers, commuters can get to their destination safely and on time. That is if you have already left for work based on where you are living. We expect that traffic to get a little bit busier because I am currently now in the area of the Toby Road, and we start seeing the traffic start building in that area, and normally we know that the traffic will build. We have some build up in the Caravini, which leads on to the Toby Road and heads on to the Grandlands Public Road, and we know normally and around that time the Grandlands Public Road will start seeing some traffic flow in that area and gets heavier with a little bit of congestion as we get closer to the 8 o'clock hour. So therefore that's why we asking persons to leave home a bit earlier to avoid those rush on a morning time. So far the traffic is flowing freely. No accidents, no obstructions along our road has been reported, so that we drivers, as you know, we can get to work safely and on time. The traffic states for the past 24 hours, we had a total of 9 minor accidents with no injuries, 9 minor accidents. So we're seeing a trend here for the past few days. As of last week, 9 accidents reporting thus far for those most of the days of last week. 9 accidents per day is still too many along our nation's road. So we're still urging drivers to drive cautiously, drive safely, drive with due care and attention. And some traffic notice for today. There will be some traffic delays along the Morris Bishop Highway and the Calais Public Road, St. George's. The traffic department of the Royal Grenada Police Force notifies the general public, in particular motorists, that there will be delays in the traffic of vehicular traffic along the Morris Bishop Highway, Point Salines, and Calix Public Road between the hours of 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. from Wednesday, the 9th of July 2025. This disruption is necessary to facilitate works related to Nawasa water project in the southern part of the island. The RGPF apologizes for any inconvenience which may be caused. If persons have any concerns, they can reach out to the Community Relation Department on 440-3999 or 405-5324. And the question we ask drivers on a morning, if you're texting...
Who's driving?
Who's driving?
Have a good day, Corporal. All the best to you and your team, and continue your remarkable work as always.
Thank you very much, and have a blessed day to all your drivers and all your listeners.
Folks, that has been this morning's traffic report. We take a quick commercial break, and we'll be back with Ariza's Money Wise. Miss Lazarus will be with us this morning.
Our world is filled with rhythm. Rhythm that's unapologetic, infectious, timeless. Rhythm is commitment in action. It's how we show up for each other with unrelenting support that goes the distance. Rhythm lives in the tiny beats of our most intimate moments and the seismic roars of our biggest achievements. Rhythm is resilience in motion. So even when things go out of sync, we do what it takes to bring the rhythm back. At Flow, we understand your rhythm because we live it. That's why we're dedicated to building a network as resilient as you, with a team of familiar faces working every day to keep you on beat. You're at the heart of everything we do, and our commitment is to keep your rhythm flowing, no matter what.
Served Grenada for decades, we are the #1 and largest electrical supplier.
Hi, welcome to Sunny Electrical. How may I help?
We offer electrical wire accessories, tools, and appliances for all residential, commercial, and industrial applications, which is what we are known for. And we expanded our products with new innovative ways to modernize your home. New homeowners will be captivated in our lighting showrooms.
Some pendant lights here. These are very multifunctional because they can work for kitchens, living rooms, bedrooms.
We have a wide selection of lighting, ranging from indoor to outdoor and solar. We are also available for site visit services to assist you with selecting the perfect light for your forever home. We are located at Dusty Highway in Grenada and St. George. Southern Electrical. Best value, expert advice, quality products. We hope to see you soon.
Somebody go out to face it. We taking them back to basic. Carnage, this year go on, I go hard to face it. I'm here, the 25th, look out for Soti the General. I tell you, somebody go out to face it. We taking them back to basic because of that catastrophic. Carnage, you go hard to face it. Not there, somebody go out to find your bad bad. I know they on that, I know they on that. Somebody go out to face it. I tell you, somebody go out to face it. 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 Somebody go and shake it. One events and break it. Somebody go out to.
Welcome to Money Wise, your guide to wise financial decisions, made possible by Ariza Credit Union. Welcome to Money Wise, your guide to wise financial decisions, made possible by Ariza Credit Union. Welcome to Money Wise, your guide to wise financial decisions, made possible by
calling the CARICOM community, assembling global Africa. The 4th edition of the Afri-Caribbean Trade Investment Forum, Active 2025, is coming to St. George, Grenada, this 28th to 29th July. Join government and business leaders, investors, and trade and finance institutions to explore the theme, Resilience and Transformation, Enhancing Africa-Caribbean Economic Cooperation in an Era of Global Uncertainty. Be there as we stand together to strengthen our commercial ties, to promote shared trade and investment opportunities, and unlock prosperity for Africa, the Caribbean, and the wider diaspora. The 4th Afri-Caribbean Trade and Investment Forum. Reserve your place now at active2025.com.
Welcome to MoneyWise, your guide to wise financial decisions, made possible by Ariza Credit Union. Welcome to MoneyWise, your guide to wise financial decisions, made possible by Ariza Credit Union.
All right, good morning, viewers and listeners. It's 22 minutes after 7 o'clock, and it's time for the first leg of the conversation this morning. And you know, on Wednesdays, it's Ariza's Money Wise. It's all Money Wise. And with us this morning is a marketing lady, the executive.
Just the manager.
Just, I mean, same difference. Same difference.
According to the laws of innocence.
Yeah. Yes.
Very well.
Mr. Really Lazarus. And last week we had Miss Marquez here, and we were sort of doing a postmortem of the AGM,
yes.
And she delved into the financials and, you know, pronounced that we got $12.2 million.
$2.2 million. But first, let me say good morning.
Okay.
To you, Innocent, and everyone in GBN land. It's always a pleasure. So thrilled to be here again this morning with you guys.
Okay. All right. As I said, Ms. Marquez was getting into the intricacies of, you know, how the credit union performed for the last financial year, and all of us as members were smiling because we all got a little panquai.
That's right.
And stuff. And one of the key words she used was dividends.
Yes.
So for the ordinary person who doesn't understand, when we talk about dividends, they might be thinking this mathematical concept of division and so forth. From the credit union's perspective, what is dividend?
Well, you know, the members' concept of division won't be wrong, because what it is simply that when the credit union does well, meaning that there is a profit, that profit is divided amongst shareholders. Right. So that's all that you get. You get your panquai is the profit being divided amongst all of us members, and so we have a little extra in our pockets.
Right. And that's the beauty of the credit union movement, and by extension the cooperative movement, because the non-financial cooperatives as well, they too get dividends, you know, at the end of it, when they have the surplus and so forth, they split it up among the members. So the understanding here is that, okay, after covering all expenses and so forth, the surplus is divided. Now, is it a case where it is equally divided, or it's proportionate to your investment in your input?
It is proportionate to the investment. So, you know, if I have $10 and you have $100, then the dividend was 5%. So I would get 5% on my $10, and you would get 5% on your $100.
No, let's put it the other way. I would have the 10. You would have the 100. You more monetized than I am.
I think that it's possible that you might have been with the credit union a little longer, so I'm leaving room for you to surpass me in that area.
Okay. Now that's one of the founding principles of the cooperative movement. Yes. The concept of sharing dividends or surplus, or how you would call it. Now, when this is done, at the end of every financial year, some folks would say the fiscal year, all right, people look forward to that because it is an addition to their normal stream of income.
Yes.
Now, what are some of the things that you know we want to advise our members that, okay, when you have something extra, don't just stand up in front of the fan, let it get blown away. You understand? You want to utilize it wisely. What are some of the things that we can do?
That's right. Well, there are so many things, and I'm glad to, hear you emphasize the cooperative ideals, because it really is about people helping people. That's why we exist as a credit union. And so you're right, too, about holding on to that extra. It may be expected. Sometimes when we get it, it's a windfall, and we're not expecting it. But this time we expect it, so we can actually plan for it and what it is we want to do with it. So you would remember that we would have spoken last month or prior to that, so that would have been May, extensively about planning for emergencies.
Yes, your financial
right, your emergency fund, right. Yes. So we would say, of course, boost your emergency fund. Remember, you're supposed to have 3 to 6 months of expenses saved, put away in case, something hits and you need that money to go to. So your dividend is a great way to add to that safety net, right? Then you can pay down a debt. So wherever you've got some credit, reducing your principal saves you interest in the long run, and it reduces your loan. So by all means, if you have a loan with us, that your dividend could, come in and apply that to your loan. You can invest in long-term goals. So most of us have something that we would like to do in the future that we're saving for, whether it's education, retirement, a car, a house, property. So you can, again, save that away, put it in a separate fund. To make sure that we reach that goal, clear small bills. So utilities, your credit card balance, your vehicle insurance, or your home insurance. We would have spoken again in the last couple of months about how important it is to stay up to date with your insurance.
Yeah. Good morning, Bonnie Wilson.
Yes.
Did a remarkable job on
That's
that.
That's right.
Yes.
We had very good feedback on his participation on the show. And then, of course, we can't forget it's about keeping it in balance. So you want to treat yourself as well. But we say this, and we say to you, do it mindfully. Don't take all of the money and blow it on a treat. Again, take 10, 20%. You've worked hard. You deserve, whether it's a pedicure or a spa day or, a little, depending on how much your dividend was, it might extend to a vacation. Treat yourself, but make sure to also put something away. So you have 5 ways right there that you can use that dividend.
For parents who have children at school.
Yes.
Getting it this time of the year puts some parents in a kind of quandary in that, okay, you have parents who take loans to play carnival. We have institutions advertising and promoting, come and take a carnival loan. But you have children in school. Now, for these parents, there must be a sense of balance. Yes, you must jollificate yourself as well, You must, all work and no play makes
Jack and Jill, dull boys and
girls. So we need to, as an uncle of mine said, we need to release some steam at times. And carnival is our time to do that.
Absolutely.
All right? But for parents with children who attend school and maybe university or college, what suggestion can you give to them as it relates to the use of their dividends?
Yeah, absolutely. That's a really good question. I think really important. So if you have small children, we would say start a junior savings account or an education fund. Ariza has the ESP, education savings plan. By all means, come in and talk to us about that. You'd be very happy that by the time they hit 18 or 20 and ready to go off to college and university, that you have that stash ready that you can hand over. There's also the opportunity to pay for books. Books are, I think now we have the free school system.
Free books, yeah.
Right? But you still have, sometimes you want extra resources. And so those extra resources could come at a cost. So by all means, go ahead, look and see what might be necessary for your child to use. We don't have a library at the moment, at least only the small one at the top of Market Hill just there. So you would have to put your hands in your pocket to make sure your child or children had those extra resources. And then, of course, there's also extracurricular activities or skills building. So you might want them to learn something else. Yeah. So there's the academics, but I'm told that as long as you can use your hands, you will always have a job. So building a skill is critical. So you can enroll them in another class or it's a summer program, for something else. And then, of course, what could be more important than actually teaching your child how to use money? So money management right from home. So you can take a portion of those dividends and actually sit with your child on occasion and have a financial lesson.
Lovely. I'm happy you said about the use of the hands make you always employed. Yeah, because did you know our current Prime Minister, when he gets out of office, he has a big future in crocheting, right?
No, I did not.
Yes, he makes doilies and so. Yes, he does.
Okay.
I heard him with my own mouth.
Well, I would be looking forward to see that industry. I expect it to boom.
Yeah, he does crochet. I picked that up on another program.
Oh wow.
Now we spoke about the proportionate disbursement of the dividends, right? And for folks like me who talk to other people, and when I hear, I get this amount of $1,000, and I say, when I deal with them a while now, I'll get a little thing nice, I go have a good see. And I check my account and I see less than $100. Now, to people like that, okay, there are folks who might have gotten $50, $75, $79, $100, whereas there are those who got thousands of dollars. What sort of advice could you give these people? What would have caused that disparity?
The disparity. Well, again, like I say, it depends on how much you would have in your savings. So in as much as it's equitable in terms of the percentage application, everybody across the board would get your 5%, but it's how much you have in your account that you get 5% on. So I would say use that as an incentive. If you'd like more, then save more, right? And it's not really about how much you get. It's about the mindset. The fact that here is this extra, and now what will we do with the extra? So if you think about it, if you got $50 and you decided, well, first I wasn't expecting the $50, or I'm expecting the $50, but I will purposefully use this $50. And what will you use it for then? To save, so that next year you get a bit more, and then you use that as an incentive to say, okay, well, every month now I will put in an extra $50. Wow. So it's every little counts. So when it comes to money, there is no such thing as too little. So you take it and you multiply it.
Right. And it's important, viewers and listeners, to understand the concept, okay, that there's equity in the percentage. Everyone, all members get 5%. But what makes the difference is how much you're getting that 5% from. Yes. So the larger your savings and your loan payments as well, because you also got rebates on
the
your
3% on the rebates.
Loans interest.
Yes.
So it's important to do one of two or both. pay your loans on time. Take your loans, pay them on time.
That's right.
And also save as much as possible, because at the end of the financial year, you will be getting the percentage on what you have saved and the amount you've paid on loans.
That's right. So, double. We give back. We find ways to give back all the time. So it's not just your savings. We realize that, you're doing good business, and we want to reward you for coming in, as you say, being a good member. You take the loans, you pay back. You take more loans, we help you to get where you want to go, achieve your dreams, etc., etc. And we want to reward you for also being loyal and being a part of the family. So.
All right, and finally, now let's assume this is the first time experiencing the dividends, and they get they invested a lot, they saved a lot, and they got a nice piece of money as dividend, and they're uncertain as to what to do with it. Can they come in and sit with one of your financials technicians and say, well, listen, I've gotten $12,000 as dividend. I do not know what to do with it.
Well, I would say absolutely. That is an easy question to answer. Our doors are always open. You have the option of 4 locations. By all means, come in and we will be happy to guide you, do a personal one-on-one, and guide you with what you can do with that money. So we're in Carriacou, we're in Grenville, we're in Grand Anse, and of course we're on Bruce Street in St. George's. So we would love to see our members come in, stop by, have a chat with us, and let us continue your financial journey.
All right, excellent. Miss Lazarus, is there anything you thought we left out that you would like to highlight?
I would say, if you are not yet a member of Ariza, we're trusting that all our members are happy with our performance this year. And if you're not yet a member of Ariza, we encourage you to come in and, again, have a chat. And let's talk about what we can do for you.
All right, thank you very much. I've been speaking with Ms. Relene Lazarus, the marketing manager at our own Ariza Credit Union. And that's it for MoneyWise this morning. And if you're not yet a member, there's no better time than now to become a member of the Ariza Credit Union. That's it for the MoneyWise. We'll be right back after these messages. Don't you go anywhere.
Today's edition of MoneyWise was made possible by Ariza Credit Union.
Whether you're refreshing a bedroom or giving your home a bold new look, the Color Shop has the perfect paint and tools to make it happen, inside and out. With quality finishes for every surface and accessories to match, we make painting easy from start to finish. Whether it's a DIY weekend or a contractor starting a brand new project, the Color Shop is the trusted choice.
Looking to shop online from your favorite stores like Amazon and Shein? With GPC Global, it's never been easier. Get your very own US address and shop from around the world. With GPC Global, you can order the latest trends and must-have items, all delivered straight to Grenada to your closest post office for your pickup. We offer the cheapest rates, and our service is reliable and quick. No more waiting for weeks for your packages. Your satisfaction is guaranteed. Join the Grenada Postal family today and start shopping smarter. Visit us online at www.grenadapostal.com or call us on 437-POST. That's 437-7678. GPC Global, your gateway to the world.
Mobility, a common theme woven into the very fabric of human history. From ancient wanderers to modern explorers, our instinct to move, to seek something greater, and to grow has always driven us forward. Imagine a journey into pathways of boundless opportunities and endless possibilities. A collective future where the vibrant rhythms of the Caribbean, rich culture, and welcoming community create unforgettable experiences. Beyond citizenship by investment, we believe in our collective investment of time, resources, and energy that fosters innovation, creates jobs, and enriches lives, driving the growth of an entire nation. The Investment Migration Agency Grenada boasts over a decade of exceptional service and remains committed to guiding you toward global mobility and economic freedom through investment. Your journey becomes our shared story of progress and prosperity. This is an invitation to be part of something greater, something enduring. Begin your journey at imagrenada.gd. IMA Grenada. Unlock the possibilities.
In our part of the world, we need to be prepared for natural disasters like storms and hurricanes, even outside of the season. I'm sure you'll agree that keeping our loved ones, homes, and businesses safe is important. So, I came up with a few quick tips to help you stay safe. First, make a family disaster plan and ensure that everyone in your household is familiar and comfortable with it. Remember to add batteries and flashlights to your emergency kit. Don't be caught off guard by natural disasters. Prepare now. For more information, visit grenlec.com.
Freedom is driven to pursue that passion that keeps you up at night and makes you smile in your sleep. Freedom is bold to embrace the possibilities that can open up your world and conquer new heights. Freedom is fabulous, with bits and pieces that enhance the quality of your life. Freedom is what you do with the flexibility to change path or direction when you need to. Freedom breeds ambition and purpose while having loads of fun along the way. But most of all, freedom is well-deserved for the road traveled and the journey still to come. Unleash your freedom with Nexa Credit Union. Call us on 440-1354 or visit our website to pre-apply. Apply now. Freedom awaits. Terms and conditions apply. Nexa Credit Union, with you wherever your road leads.
When nature call, you must answer. You must answer. When GBN spice up the Garnet calling, you must answer. You must answer. Yo, Grenada, smoke and Guru. You don't know. Look out for us at Spice Up the Carnage.
No SMS. Smoke and Guru. When nature calls, you must answer. You must answer.
Stumps ready? The biggest party in sports is back. It's Republic Bank CPL 2025. Bowls off August 14th to September 21st. 34 matches, 6 teams, 6 nations. Your Caribbean cricket frenzy. From big sixes to deadly yorkers, catch every boundary, every wicket, every moment. Live on GBN TV and Classic Radio. This is not just cricket. This is CPL. Sponsored by Republic Bank, Grenlec, and Hubbard. Republic Bank CPL 2025. Don't miss a ball.
Like a freestyle, the life block flowing mile by mile. It's legacy, a beat that don't stop like Bob Marley say. One love on top, BCUH water out of sight, but it's always wrong, don't lose the light. From factories and wells so deep, corals, mangroves and fish they weep. Green water for the garden, keep it green. Save the cash and the earth gets clean.
Welcome back, viewers and listeners, to the conversation. It's now 15 minutes on to 8 o'clock, and I was expecting my guest from the Active Summit, that's the African Trade and Investment Forum Summit. I expected some people. You remember last Wednesday we had one of the ambassadors and one of the PS from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs here with us. I was expecting some reps this morning, but that didn't happen. So we've got 15 minutes within which we can have a conversation, and I'd love to hear from you. What's happening in your vicinity, in your neck of the woods, something that you'd like to share with us, something that you'd like to bring to the fore. Reminding you, of course, that you are to be brief and as to the point as possible. Good morning, caller. Welcome.
Why, of course, we usually brief and to the point, Mr. Joseph. We don't linger on that. Briefly, Mr. Joseph, I'd like to once more make a request of GBN. In light of the raging debate and concerns of the Grenadian people, because you hear them talk about it, the issue related to the amendment or proposed amendment to the Constitution of Grenada. The people wish to have a say. They wish that their voices are heard. Their quote-unquote interpretations, their quote-unquote understanding. They like to express these views, and I think that they have a right to do so. There may be old people, crazy people, but there are also young people whose future lies in whatever provisions are changing the so-called constitution of this country, and they're asking for opportunity. My solicitation to you, sir, is that through your management, that you all make some provisions for these people to talk.
Okay. Well, let me just enlighten you on this. As we speak, I am in dialogue with management so that we can have a 2-hour program a morning where we can have that conversation, bringing different persons of interest that they can communicate with the general public and get concerns cleared up and so forth. So we're working on that at the moment.
Oh, you're working on it. But by the way, you use the term that you round up here. People of interest. Did I hear that?
Yes, I did.
That refers to who, sir? Or to whom?
The nation.
Oh, hallelujah. Great. Then that include people like me?
Of course, of
hallelujah,
course.
Hallelujah, therefore. Have a nice day, will you?
You too, citizen Rolo. Have a good one yourself. It's 13 minutes on to 8 o'clock. 435-2041. That's the number. As we head back to the telephone line. Good morning, caller. Welcome.
Oh, yes. Good morning, Doc.
How are you?
Quiet, you know, and how are you today?
I am alive and so thankful.
You have a great day. Good morning, Mr. Rulo. I'll tell you something. Sometimes, you know, I get upset over the things that is not happening and sometimes things that is happening. The CARICOM summit, recent summit they have, the Prime Minister of Jamaica and Barbados are thanking the President of the United States for pushing them to think. They just know that they have to think about people, and the economy. Where were them? I have been talking consistently for years. Leadership, roles and responsibility, the growth of the economy, the development of the economy, putting people to work, paying attention to the economic growth and development of the citizen. Now they have damaged this place and they're all retiring, leaving the country to the younger ones who are struggling to find a way. I'm saying anything happen to the citizens of the region in a negative way, they are responsible. I owe no apology to anybody because I said it and I see it happen today. Don't run. Turn it around. You're going to hear the cry of the young people and take responsibility for whatever happened to them. I'm searching for leaders for this place for too long. We are not seeing, we're not supposed to see with our eyes, see with our minds. We're supposed to see far. And some people want to get upset with me when I talk about those things, open up your understanding, see with your mind and not with your sight, not with your eyes, and you may see what I'm saying. It's looking bad down the road. Have a good day, Mr. Joseph.
Thank you very much, caller. Have a great one yourself. It's 10 minutes on to 8 o'clock. We've got a caller via our WhatsApp platform. Let's accommodate that call. It's a good time to say good morning.
Good morning, sir. How are you?
I am alive and very thankful. How are you?
Okay, I'm doing okay. It's quite a while now. We've been asking about to give us updates of the
account. All right.
I'll Cuba.
All right. I'll
credit union who did that job.
All right. I'm gonna do some inquiry. Okay. All right. My bad. I'll inquire on it and I'll furnish you with that information. Okay.
Yeah, but you see, we as a people want to teach the younger ones how to rule the country, and it's been like that. How do you expect them to behave? How do we expect them to behave? Every time we call about this thing, you always have people. Remember, people put money into this thing, even though $5. People put money into it. They don't know what is happening and give the money to the whatever. If you want to close your account and give it to the people in Cuba, but you do that and let me know.
Okay.
It's unfair how citizens have been treated. Okay.
That's it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, have a good one. It's 9 minutes on to 8 o'clock. Let's get back to the telephone line and say, good morning, caller. Welcome.
Hi, good morning, Innocent, and how are you?
I am alive and so thankful. How about you?
I'm blessed. Innocent, Telescope is very close to my heart. All my family, relatives, good friends is there. And concerning this blast that takes place in Telescope, I would like to hear explanation on what caused this blast. Innocent, you cannot have people doing a job, pay to do a job, and do it anyhow, how they feel and how they want. If you know what tragedy we could have on our hand in this incident, Innocent, I have a 7-month-old great-grandson. He can tell his mother if he is fucking him. You know what I mean?
Okay.
He's too young to experience that. So when you pay to do a job, you're supposed to do it in the best of your ability, and are calling on the authorities to give us some information, what take place, what gone wrong, and put your mind at ease. Thank you.
Thank you very much, caller. Thank you very much for that concern. 435-2041. It's 7 minutes on to 8 o'clock. Let's go back to our telephone line and say good morning.
Morning, Innocent. How are you?
I am alive and thankful. How about you?
I'm there quiet.
Okay.
You seem like Mr. Rollo want a program where he can make people to listen to him. it's just a laughter. Your good friend at St. David's, the comments that Mia Motley and others made at the CARICOM summit has nothing to do with, he's not gelling or connecting with what he always be babbling about on the radio. They are talking about opportunities where trade can be created. I don't know how that ties into, maybe yes, it will have some, but the development that I always constantly hear him speaking about has nothing to do with the content of what they said in Jamaica. Anyway, my substantive point, I understand that there will be no traffic congestion in the town today, in Grenada's area in particular.
Yep.
This is an area that is already congested with traffic. As it starts 8 o'clock, and those traffic lights, I believe, is the main reason for most of that traffic jam, in my view. But that work that is going on take place there, I'm asking, and I would like to suggest, where is those big lights that can have people walking in the night that can totally alleviate that congestion during the day? Construction, though, always have to happen during the day. You are cutting the road, and that will be a major obstruction to traffic. Where is those lights that could give you the opportunity to cut the road starting maybe around 9, 10 o'clock in the night and finishing sometime in the morning? And then during the daytime, you don't have that level of congestion that they are creating in the town, in those busy places. I cannot understand it. All you need is lights.
Yeah,
for a little while.
Not only
I've
lights.
been that for a little while, and innocent in the evening time, coming around 9, 10 o'clock, when a piece of road has to be done, the lights there are so bright. You tell yourself Christ is coming. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
And then in the morning time, a whole area is paved because the traffic is less in the night than in the daytime. So why not utilize the night time to do those work instead of doing it in the daytime when you have so much of people on the street? It is so ridiculous. And in our kind of time, in kind of age and time, I would have thought that the people who was contracted to do that, even if they have to rent the lights, they would be able to go and do that there to give, some people have said, easement of traffic in the area. Really, they need to do something better than that.
I think it has a lot to do with the whole the mindset of everybody involved, because I don't know when we'll get from that notion that we have to be an 8 to 4 country.
So maybe they want people to see that work is being done.
But no.
So that is why they. No, I'm just saying. When the tractors and people on the street doing that, people see work is happening. But to me, it can take place in the night.
Yeah.
That will severely, affect in a positive way what happens during the day.
Yeah,
people will see the work anyway.
That's
so
crazy.
Why let the contractors and get the lights and get the thing done?
Yeah. Okay.
Anyway, I saw a good friend Dooms last night.
Really?
And I told him you were inquiring about it.
Give Dooms my contact, please.
Yeah, man, I did give him your contact.
Please, thanks.
Yeah.
All right,
we had a nice discussion last night, man.
Okay, good. All right.
Take care, my brother.
Okay, have a good one. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you. It's good to connect with my former. I think he taught me geography here. 3 minutes away from 8 o'clock. That's the time we've got left. Let's go back to the telephone line. Good morning, caller. Welcome.
Hi, good morning to you, Innocent.
How are you?
Oh, I'm doing fine. I'm back on the spy side.
Thank you.
I was out for a little while.
Thank you.
Let me tell you a couple of things. First of all, I agree with Susan Rollo about the need for consultation. The elected officials, they perform their duties on behalf of the people who elected them, and we must consult. But consultation, in many cases, doesn't necessarily require a debate of an issue, maybe just a discussion of an issue. And in terms of the matter of that's minor constitutional reform, if you want to call it, amendment to the Constitution, it is important that people be educated about it. But I don't see it as a matter for a debate. Even some people talking about a referendum. Ridiculous. Because the Constitution itself says what can be done in matters like these. So that's a no-brainer. But the people need to know what this means. And I believe, and everybody in Grenada who understands it knows that it is long overdue, 50 years, 51 years overdue. And there is no harm the state can suffer from doing it.
Okay.
So while it is good to educate people and let them be more excited about the whole need for it to happen after 51 years of delay, people are making it sound as though it is a major thing that must be debated, and there is no debate there. It needs to be raised and discussed and let people know. So it calls for education. Not referendum, education of the people so they can embrace it better.
Right.
Okay. You understand? That's all.
Yes. Okay.
Now, the matter of cricket, I'm disappointed in your lack of understanding of cricket.
Okay.
Because there's a difference between white ball cricket and red ball cricket. The names you're calling there, these people have no right on a test match field. Shimon Hetmeyer, my good friend, Andre Fletcher. These people have no right on a test match field. So if you're saying that they're not choosing the best players, let's look for good test players. Not for these white ball people who they can't even make these people can't even hardly make the IPL. Hetman is a terrible disappointment. He goes into a league in the US with a few little people and he's beating them all. But these people have no rights, and I'm prepared to defend it. Shimon Hetman, the way he's playing today, not 10 years ago. And my good friend Andre Fletcher have no right on a test match.
Give me some
match quality.
Lift my spirit this morning. Give me some suggestions that I would throw to WICB.
I think they have gone to the depths. I know they tried Chandapal's son, and he was a failure. There may be others that they may be there, but the names you're calling are not the names. There may be others that I may not know about because I don't follow as close as I used to.
Okay.
But don't call those names because it shows that you don't really understand the difference between the 2020, the one day, and the test match.
But let me ask that. Let me ask that. Whether you're playing red ball or white ball cricket, aren't the rudimental traits the same? You have to learn to bat. You have to learn to feel. It's a matter of maybe different application methodologies.
Absolutely, and temperament, and patience, and longevity at the wicket.
Right.
These people don't have that. They do not have it. So don't forget, we played against one of the strongest bowling teams in Test cricket. Don't forget that. We have to take away the good things. We bowled on 4 innings they batted, they never scored 300 runs. So we must be positive and look at the good things that came out of the series so far, that have come out so far. But when you have a mediocre team that's playing against the strongest bowling lineup in world cricket, I mean, you know what to expect. So it was not unpredictable. It was disappointing. We are all hurt. But if you're looking for a replacement for these guys, come up with some names we do not know about.
Let me ask you that before we run off to the BBC.
Yeah.
In the test match in Barbados, was it in Barbados? Darren Sammy said our bowlers failed. Was it Barbados or the previous test series? In any case, our bowlers failed. In England, our bowlers failed.
Yeah.
Now, we are bowling Team Australia under 300 in a test match. That means our...
4 times, yeah.
You understand? That means our bowlers are doing well. But now we have a problem with our batsmen. So where do we strike that balance, man?
Well, we can't. They don't come out of the woodwork overnight, and we have been focusing too much on white ball cricket of late, and we have not really developed the guys for the test match.
Right.
And to be honest with you, we have, apart from 3 persons or so, 4, we don't have anybody else in the Western batting lineup who I would say would make any other test team. They will not even Bangladesh.
Okay. All right.
So it is what it is.
Thank you, bro.
Okay.
Have a good one.
Welcome.
God bless. Folks, that's it for the conversation this morning. We've got to go. We've got to run off to the BBC, which is already in progress.